Whew. Good morning. Holy smokes, it's starting to get cold. What's today, the 15th of January? Sounds good. Hope everyone's having a good day so far. Day's just getting started. I'm running a little late this morning because I had to take out the trash and then I kind of slept in. Not in that order. I slept in and then had to get some of this gear together and then realized I'd take out the trash before I left. So I'm running a few minutes late, but nothing to rush to work about. I'm excited. It's day 3 of this Michigan morning series, and today seemed a little bit easier and more routine to do than the others. I just noticed in the last 2 videos that it's kind of dark when I talk. It won't be like that for every morning video just because right now it's the lovely winter. So I'm trying this light out, but I don't know if I like it. Let me try this light and see if that, yeah, you can still kind of see my face. I'll see how it looks when I get out on the road though. Oh, I'm excited about this coffee. I just love coffee. I don't know if you guys are coffee addicts, but I just love a good coffee. I'll drink it black, I'll drink it with creamer. It really doesn't matter to me. I just freaking love coffee. All right. As soon as I get out of this development, I'm gonna see how the lighting looks, and if it looks pretty good, then we'll get right to our Michigan morning talk. Let's see. Oh, I gotta clean my truck out too. In the winter, it gets so dirty. I just kind of put all my trash to the right side of me, and I gotta just throw it away. You know, this doesn't look too bad. I mean, I think obviously this probably looks a little bit better, but I also, I don't know. You know what, maybe I'll just keep it like this. This is stuff, Luke, this is stuff you have to think about before you have to make a YouTube video, you know? Okay, so now we're on a dark road. The right light is on. You can still kind of see my face, but you know what? Drop in the comments below. I need your help. Do you like this lighting better? Or do you like this lighting better? I think this one's probably the better option, but okay, we're just gonna get started here. So another one of my buddies left a comment on the previous video, episode 2, video 2, whatever you want to call it. He was wondering what are some must-visit cities in Michigan, and I put a little list together last night. And the one thing I will say about this list is I think this is really, really biased, only because a couple things. I have not had the opportunity to visit every single Michigan city, so I think that's huge. So there's probably tons of, you know, those hidden gems that I'm missing out on. Oh yeah. Hold on, I gotta get one more sip of this. So good, just, you know, makes you want to cry a little. Okay. So this list I put together, this is my list based off of where I've been, some of my experiences there, and I'll tell you some things, or at least one thing that you should, you know, when you go there, you should do. But again, this is going to be based off of my experiences, and there's probably cooler cities with cooler things to do that I'm not mentioning. But my goal this summer, I forget if I even said this in the last video, is simply to travel a little bit more. And That way I can recommend cooler places to go. So, should we start? You know what, let's start with number 10. We're gonna work our way up. Number 10. Let's do this. We're gonna go with, all right. Some of you may be surprised on this one, but we're gonna go with number 10 being Frankenmuth, Michigan. So, Frankenmuth is on the east side of the state. If you're thinking like, where in Michigan is it? I would show you the hand map, but I'm also driving. Okay, fine. It's like over here, right? So it's on the east side, a little bit north of Detroit, probably like an hour north of Detroit. And this place is just an amazing place to go to in terms of things to do, but also like history-wise, it has a lot of that almost kind of like German culture. Couple places that you would want to visit if you go there. There's the famous Bronner's, which is one of the largest Christmas stores in the world. Not in Michigan, not in the United States, in the world. So this is like probably the one place that if you do go, you're gonna want to make sure that you go to Bronner's for the biggest Christmas store in the world. Also, Zender's. Zender's is one of their restaurants, or you can go to Bavarian Inn. Bavarian Inn's got some really good chicken. Zender's has got some good chicken. Zender's and Bavarian Inn. If you're gonna eat somewhere, go to one of those two spots. If you're gonna do some light Christmas shopping, go to Bronner's. Highly recommend going to one of those places. Okay, next place I got here for number 9, visit Saugatuck, Michigan. This is also a very good place to go. I think it's a little bit more touristy when people visit, but it's also, I think, kind of just one of those, it's like a big town, but a small town feel. I think it just got some cool vibes about it. So one thing I wrote down here to make sure that you do is if you go on their dune rides, this would be kind of good for more of like a family thing. But again, there's so many different factors here if you're single or if you're looking for more like adventure stuff to do. There's just so many, different options in different cities to go. So if there's one thing I'd recommend to go to Saugatuck for, it's probably dune rides. Would be pretty fun. Okay, we're moving up to number 8. And this is a place I haven't been to in a long time. So I was trying to think of, gosh, like what did I do when I went there last? Because I haven't been here since 2007 or 8, 2008, 9, somewhere in there. This is Marquette, Michigan. So Marquette, Michigan, this is in the UP. So you're gonna want to make sure if you're in the lower peninsula, have a nice trip packed to go across the bridge. And then you're gonna wanna head all the way north of the UP. This is also where Northern Michigan campus is located. But Sugarloaf Mountain is the one place I remember going. It depends on when you go, whether it's the winter or the summer or the fall, and kind of the activities that they go through there. But some really good hiking, scenic. The scenery is just amazing. You can do cliff jumps into the water, like 10, 20, even 30-foot drops. But just like the pictures you get at Lake Superior are just insane. Definitely a place I want to go back to in the near future, because I want to eventually go to Whitefish Point, which is where the Edmund Fitzgerald, or at least a pretty close spot to where the Edmund Fitzgerald ended up sinking. I've only been there once when I was younger, like when I was 12, 13 years old, and I haven't been back since. So definitely a place I want to visit. All right, so at this point, we're going to take a quick coffee break. This video is sponsored Well, it's not sponsored, but if it was sponsored, it'd be sponsored by coffee. So I'm gonna take a little sip here. It's just so good. It's a little hot for my liking, but overall, it's good. I'm not sure what that was. Okay, so what are we on? Number 7. All right, we're gonna go with Holland, Michigan here. Again, a place I've only been to a few times, but this is that famous place in Michigan where they got those Dutch windmills, and then all of it's like the Tulip Festival. Tulip Festival you got there, but also, you know, it's on the lake shore on the west side of Michigan. Just a really good kind of overall town to just do stuff in. It's got pretty good shopping and food, I imagine. But again, kind of like Saugatuck, it's one of those touristy towns. So you might have a lot of people visiting during certain parts of the year, but Holland, Michigan is at number 7. Number 6, we got Petoskey. So you're probably thinking right away Petoskey Stones, and you're correct. But this is right along the lake shore. Lots of things to do here. Again, this is a pretty touristy town. You're gonna get very good scenic shots. There's good things to do in Petoskey. That would be my number 7. And if you're looking for Petoskey Stones, no better way to go at least than Petoskey. All right, we're approaching the top 5 here, and for this one I was debating between 2 of them, but I think I'm gonna go to Mackinaw City for this one. So Mackinaw City, Mackinac Island are the kind of 2 that I was debating towards, but I would say just for ease of visiting, Mackinaw City is probably the easier one to go to, just because you don't have to deal with the ferry and going to Mackinac Island. But I'm not going to say one's, I don't know, necessarily better than the other, because they're both totally different experiences here. So I think we'll just stick with Mackinaw City for this one. But I'll just talk about them both, because they're like, I don't know, they're equally as good, I guess. So you go to Mackinaw City. There's, again, just amazing things to do there. It's right by the bridge. If you just go to Mackinaw City and call it good, you'll be happy. But if you do happen to go to the ferry and you go to Mackinac Island, again, it's one of those other experiences that are just, you have to do at least once. But Fort Mackinac, we just did that this past summer. It was kind of when I was first experimenting with like YouTube, and I tried to make a long format video with kind of like going through Fort Mackinac. I didn't really know what I was doing, so never really posted anything on it. But if I were to go back there again, I think I would have a better way to kind of go about, you know, some things to talk about and my camera shots and how I did all that. So Fort Mackinac was really cool. Another thing to do. And then in Mackinac Island, again, you may have heard this already, but no cars down there. It's only bikes, or you're walking, or there's horse rides. So you're going to get a lot of steps in. The Mackinac Island fudge is out of this world, so you got to try that at least once. I didn't even get any the last time I was there, because it's literally so, not only so good, but like it's just so sweet. If you eat too much of it, man, you're gonna get heavy with a gut ache real quick. So that's my number 5, Mackinaw City / Mackinac Island. And then we get to number 4. And again, this is just so biased because, you know, my location and how many times I've been there and just kind of overall things to do. But number 4, we're gonna go with Ann Arbor, Michigan. So this is also on the east side of Detroit. I've just been here a lot for tailgating. I've been there just to visit friends. But every time I've been there, man, there's just so much to do, so much to see. You're not going to be disappointed if you go to Ann Arbor, whether you're, you know, single, whether you have a large family, just so much stuff to do downtown Ann Arbor. Really great food. I would at least visit Ann Arbor, Michigan once, just for some things that you can do. It's not one of those places that you want to like book a hotel and stay for like 3-4 days, but I mean, just spending one full day in Ann Arbor, like you're not going to be disappointed with everything that it has to offer. So that's my number 4. Then we get into the top 3, and I'm sure if you've made it this far in the video, you may have some comments about these next 3, saying either, you know, why did you put that at 3 or why did you put that at 1? But again, this is super biased. So I actually even hope that your top 10's a little bit different than mine. But we're gonna take another coffee break here. La 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 la. Okay, and we're back. So number 3, I wrote down Traverse City. This place, it's on the west side of Michigan again, towards the lake shore. I guess a little bit more northwest. But this place, you got the Sleeping Bear Dunes, which are, I think, one of the top dunes in Michigan. It's right by the Old Mission Peninsula. You're not going to find a better place to just visit during the summer or even during the fall. Traverse City to me is one of those places that, at least for my location, it's about like a 2-hour trip. Less than that. It's a little less than 2 hours. But you feel like you're so far away. It's, I think, one of the top vacation places you can go in Michigan for just a good all-around experience for things to do. You got beaches, you're right by the lake, there's hotels there, there's tons of stuff to do downtown. Last time I was there during the Cherry Festival, they had concerts there. Oh my gosh, I love Traverse City. I should have put that higher, but I think just for overall things to do, Traverse City, Michigan is awesome. Number 2, this place I have been to the most in my life, and again, this is just based off of my location and where I live, but I'm gonna go with Grand Rapids, Michigan. And for me, when I think about it, I've been to Grand Rapids so much that I just take it for granted on what there is to do here. But Grand Rapids, if you didn't know, is the beer capital of the world. I think they call it Beer City. The amount of breweries and unique breweries in Grand Rapids is countless. Founders, one of the top breweries in not only Michigan, but probably the United States. People come from all over the United States, maybe even different countries, to visit Founders and how popular and how good their beer is. But again, just so much stuff to do downtown. You're not going to get beaches here. You're not going to get a lot of scenic stuff. But if you're just looking for things to do, spending 1 or 2 days in Grand Rapids, it's limitless. Like I've lived here all my life, and I still have things to do that I haven't done in Grand Rapids. So that's why it's at my number 2. I take it for granted, but if you haven't been in there before, you gotta go there. And as we are approaching work, I'm almost there. Number 1, hopefully this was on your top 3, but I'm gonna have to go with Detroit, Michigan. Especially with Detroit sports being back. You got Comerica Park, you got Ford Field, you got some of the best tailgating experiences in Detroit. The history of Detroit, from anywhere from its like downfall to where it is now, is absolutely insane. Detroit just still kind of gets a bad rep of like there's nothing to do there, or it's basically just like abandoned buildings. But the amount of renovation that they've done there now, it's a completely different city. It is probably right now almost peaking with how our sports teams have been doing lately, for how many people are visiting and just like going out and about in Detroit. The city's on the up and up. So that's why this is going to be at my number 1, and I'm sticking with that list. So I appreciate that comment for, I'm trying to think of his name again. I think I just forgot. You'll have to message me your name, because I answered his previous comment too. Because he just asks good questions. So, all right, I'm pulling into work. It's Wednesday today. We can do this, people. Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. My order for the week is like Mondays are hard. I think Tuesdays are the worst. It's like not the middle of the week, but it's not the beginning of the week. It's just like this weird day that they have to put in there. Wednesdays, you're halfway through. Thursdays is the day before Friday. And Friday's Friday, baby. So we can do this. We got this. All right. Hope you enjoyed my top 10 list of places and things to do in Michigan. Hope everyone has a great day, and I will see you tomorrow.